everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Utah Jazz. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Alan LaForest reporting from the sideline. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Filipowski's out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Williams. Then there's Bailey. And it's Sensabaugh in at the one spot. And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Smith, the pass to Shepard. Out to Thompson. Shot clock at 3. From deep. That shot missing. Williams with the defensive effort. Here's Bailey. Defended by Durant. Pass to Bailey. It's stolen by Smith. Durant in the corner from past the arc. Drills it from outside.
Silky corner shot by Durant. He is so confident in his ability to hit from that range.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Filipowski. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
KD dishes to Thompson. Back to KD. Durant drawing the double team. Here's Shepard. And another 3 for Houston.
The shooting ability is incredible. Shepard's got a shot from all over the floor.
Pass to Love. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Filipowski. Şengün covering. Just 5 to shoot. It's deflected. It's stolen by Shepard. Now Thompson. Now Shepard. He has 5. Pass to Şengün. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Thompson. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Hurtling down the home stretch of this season, Greg, what do you make of potential first-round series in this postseason?
Well, there's certainly some matchups that I think plenty of fans would love to see. But we still have a bit of time for things to kind of fall into place. That's what makes this time of year so exciting.
Love wide open. He fires. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Such a well-practiced shooter. Love knocks down that quick shot like it's a drill.
Outside Durant. The 3. KD on the wing. Thompson sets the pick for KD. Over Bailey. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Williams with the ball. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Pass to Love. Here's Sensabaugh. For 3. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson. Down low. Here's Smith. Taps in, coming off the assist from KD.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And here we can check out the score for Kyle Filipowski. Williams kicks to Love. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach, Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Here's Shepard. He's got 5, just 5 on the clock. Şengün with this screen on Williams. Nice shot by Thompson. Thompson's got 5 now.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Williams kicks to Love. Here's Sensabaugh. No scoring in this one. No place jumper from the free throw line.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Smith left side. Pass to Durant. Here's the floater. Can't hit from in close.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Filipowski. Nails the baby hook.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Pass to Shepard. Back to KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
Oh, rising up for the throwdown. I love seeing KD finish with some power.
Here's Sensabaugh. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Bailey. It's rebounded by Houston.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
And Thompson kicks to Smith. Durant against Love. Outside Durant. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And now an 11-point Houston lead.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the top rebounding teams in the NBA this season. The Rockets, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
Williams finds Love. Here's Sensabaugh. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. The tray. Rockets with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
Well, hey, if you can prevent the other team from getting into a rhythm, The advantage is all yours.
Now here's Durant. He's got 9, 2 on the clock. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Filipowski. Now Bailey. Back to Filipowski. Great defense that time from Şengün. And here's Smith. Now Shepard. Thompson for the triple. Rebounded by Bailey.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Williams can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 13. Greg, you look at Alperen Şengün. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
And it's Shepard missing. Jazz trail by 13. Pass to Sensabaugh. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. At the top of the key, Durant. Couldn't get it to drop. He's now made 5 of 8 shots. Utah has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Love. Back to Filipowski. Nice ball movement by Utah. Outside Williams. Lets it go with the 3. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Shepard. Right side Durant. On the wing, Thompson. Defended by Filipowski. And stolen by Love.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the first quarter. Pass to Bailey. Here's Sensabaugh. Last game he had 28 points. That 3 off the mark.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
Here's Smith, and it's Smith finishing it off.
Oh, love the determination Smith showed there, refusing to let the contact alter his shot.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now Bailey. Nothing on the board. It's stolen by Shepard. Outside Durant. Şengün inside. And the shot is long. Jazz trail by 15. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Bailey. And here's Love. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And the physical defense, not enough to stop Love. He's just too strong down low.
Outside Durant. Pass to Thompson. Lock at 6. Şengün with a screen on Williams. Thompson. Filipowski grabs the board.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Sensabaugh. Fires from the line. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Houston Rockets. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return shortly. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. In quite a position here for the Rockets to be in. What do you think, guys?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disrupted.
Well, their defense was incredible. Wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. John Conchar out there with Filipowski. Then it's Chandler. And it's Mikhailuk in at the small forward. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam. Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Rockets leading by 13. Outside Holiday. Eason finds Tate. Now here's Şengün. Outside Holiday. No good from outside. Utah with the ball. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
And missed free throws are killers, especially when you consider how many they missed. Hopefully, they stay late to practice after that.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Jazz trail by 16, and maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Utah. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Shot's good by Filipowski. Filipowski's got his third basket of the night right there.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Holiday, the pass to Şengün. Over Conchar. Şengün, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Conchar with it. Şengün's there. Here's Mikhailuk. Offline with his three. Houston leading by 16. Here's Eason. Picked his pocket. And now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Hey, the Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Back to you guys.
They've clearly bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. Utah with the ball after Clint Capella's miss. Chandler outside. Pass to Filipowski. Utah moving it around. Here's Conchar. No good that time. Good work defensively by Capella. Holiday with it. Now Chandler defending. Outside Holiday. To the middle. In the corner, it's Eason. Another miss by Houston. Jazz trail by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Filipowski. Şengün covering. And he drives in. Pass to Conchar. Puts up a deep three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Tate kicks to Holiday. Now Capella. He's guarded by Chandler. And he gets it to go. Capella's got his first points of the night.
Well, over his career, nearly all of Capella's buckets come right in that painted area.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level. But you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Smith checked in for Clint Capella. Kevin Durant comes in for Tate. Thompson, he's checked in for Tari Eason. And Shepard subbed in for Aaron Holiday. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Thompson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Mikhailuk. Over in the corner, Williams. Shot clock at 6. With the clock winding down, and it's Williams finishing it off.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Here's KD after the basket by Utah. Pulls it up. The rebound by the Jazz. Filipowski's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to Filipowski. The kick out to Williams. Love with the screen for Williams. Again, Williams missing. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. It's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Yeah, but they can expect a whole lot more resistance this time around. No team likes to lose the rebounding battle.
Thompson. The rebound by the Jazz. Filipowski with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against Denver. Here's Mikhailuk. Pass to Williams. This one for 3. Again, the miss by Williams.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
Smith finds Durant. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Jazz trail by 16. Filipowski passes to Mikhailuk. Back to Filipowski, and that one is stuffed right through.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with them. And Greg, these poised veterans really seem to have triggered a shift for the Rockets.
At the same time, it's going to be Houston's young talent that determines their future, and they've already shown they can make a major impact.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. And a switcher also for Utah. Bailey, he's checked in for Mikhailuk. Out to Smith. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. To the inside. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Durant. He had 19 points in the win against Milwaukee.
And we can't skip over his role as distributor. Huge impact, making all the right reads.
It's stolen by Capella. Here's Thompson. Lays it up and banks it in. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Here's Sensabaugh. He's got 5. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And the first one drops.
And when I watch Ace Bailey, I see a wing with unlimited potential. Going forward, it's about refining that skill set and adding some strength to that frame.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Rockets leading by 14. Pass to Smith. And here is Durant. Now here's Capella. Thompson outside. Capella sets a screen for Thompson. 5 to shoot. No basket. Missed number 5 out of his 8 shots. Williams looking over the floor. Now Filipowski. To the paint, stolen by Thompson. Inside, Smith the pass to Shepard. There's the triple, and it's Durant, that time on the assist from Shepard. Shepard's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, that's his 3rd three-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the second, so he might be heating up.
Now here's Williams. 9 points last game. To the middle, doubled by Smith. Back to Williams. Over Thompson. Another miss by Utah.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Smith the pass to Shepard. Screen by Smith. To the inside. Here's Shepard. He's guarded by Love, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. That's a 2 from Smith. Pass to Shepard. And another 3 for Houston.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Now Love. Here's Sensabaugh. 5 points in the game. Clock at 4. He scores with that shot. Now he's 3 of 8.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Thompson outside. Pass to Smith. The 3. A rebound by the Jazz. Lepowski's got 8 rebounds in this game. Down low. It's taken away by Smith. 29 seconds left in the first half of the game. Outside, KD. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Ace Bailey.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for KD.
KD, one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA. The intrigue is how he does it with his stature.
Both good from the line that time. 20 seconds left in the first half. Outside Williams. Pass to Sensabaugh. Fires from 18. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Houston Rockets. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we'll be right back after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Houston Rockets.
They've kept the ball moving. No one's trying to be a hero, and you see the results.
Yeah, they're just not slinging it around. They are passing with a purpose.
All right, guys, now let's take a glance at the injuries that both of these teams are dealing with.
The Jazz are not at full strength. They're without the services of Lauri Markkanen, man. Someone gives them that great floor spacing at the 4 and the 5 position. He can play both positions, Ernie. He doesn't have to just stay in that 4. Sometimes they can even move him at the 3.
Yeah, it's a huge test of their depth. Hard to replace a big man who can stretch the floor. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Here is Durant. We'll see Durant and Smith playing up at forward. Thompson is out there with Shepard. And it's Şengün in at the 5 spot. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half.
Really like how Durant is playing tonight. Going for his, this guy is just so unreal.
Here's Bailey, defended by Durant to the left side wing. Up against Smith. Pass to Sensabaugh. Rebound by Smith. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. They can look forward to San Francisco after this game and a matchup against Golden State. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip.
Even without the explosive athleticism, Şengün still able to play above the rim.
Now here's Williams. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Houston leading by 20. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks. Kevin Durant, as effortless as a scorer as this league has ever seen. He said, I'm not really flashy with how I play anymore. I just try to look for the best shot and be simple and easy with my game. Fly under the radar a bit. After every shot, I just run down the court and get back on defense. Back to you, Kev.
Okay, thank you, Allen. KD can't get it to go. Jazz trail by 20. Pass to Sensabaugh. Kicks it out to Love. Knocks down the three ball. Love's got 7 points in the game.
Well, you got to crowd Love out on the perimeter or else he'll make you pay for that.
Durant, the pass to Shepard. Durant sets a screen for Shepard. Pass to Şengün. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Rockets lead by 19.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Williams. Now Love. Here's Sensabaugh. It's a pick by Love. To the paint. It's stolen by Smith. And it's Houston on the break. Shepard, that's good. He's got 10.
Showing how tough he is. Shepard doesn't get rattled by the physicality.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
While we have the chance, we'd like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. The Jazz, number 1.
They've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Sensabaugh. It's a pick by Love. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here is Smith, defended by Filipowski. Smith the pass to Shepard. Thompson a screen on Williams. Here's Shepard. Basket counts. Shepard's got 12.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Williams passes to Bailey. Pass to Filipowski. Now Williams. Three-pointer. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Thompson dishes to Durant. Left side, Williams. They could use a bucket. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Now here's Durant. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Here's Shepard, and Houston again with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Bailey, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pep.
Now here's Durant. Şengün passes to Shepard. Pass to Durant. And he uses the glass on the layup. That's 23 points for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and the handles from Durant are downright filthy, using them to cut up the defense there with ease.
Here's Filipowski. He's got 8. Inside. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play.
Shooting one.
It's on Kevin Durant.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with their transition buckets.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them.
shot.
All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Rockets leading by 22. Pass to Şengün. On the wing, Thompson. He started by Williams. And Şengün throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agree. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Bailey. He's got 5. Here's Sensabaugh. Up top, Filipowski. 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Outside Durant. Pass to Shepard. Now Şengün. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
2 shots.
The first one falls. The Jazz making a switch here. Mikhailuk is checked in. Durant nails both of them. Utah has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. There's the pick. Pass to Filipowski. Out to the right wing. 18 feet out. And the shot falls short this time. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Smith surveying the D. Now Shepard. He's got 14. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Kevin Durant. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable, averaging 25 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
And here's Love for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Love's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Utah. Durant kicks to Smith. Thompson in the corner. Shepard, the pass to Smith. Outside, KD. Şengün with the screen for KD. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, there's some old schools to Şengün. The pump fake fits right in with his game.
The Rockets haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Competitive, selfless, and a high basketball IQ. Şengün with the traits every coach loves.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Clint Capella comes in for Jabari Smith. And Tari Eason subbed in for Shepard. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And if you're looking for a big that locks down the middle, Şengün is your guy, a very effective player.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Here's Mikhailuk. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Pass to Bailey. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him. Now Thompson. And here is Şengün. He's got 7. They double team KD. And stolen by Love. Here's Mikhailuk. Guarded by KD. Nice ball movement by Utah. Love in the post. Capella covering. Love, no good. Houston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Shots good by Durant.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Mikhailuk. He's covered by Thompson. Love the pass to Bailey. Now Filipowski. Outside Williams. The 8-footer. It's rebounded by Şengün. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Now here's Williams. After the miss from KD. Mikhailuk passes to Filipowski.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Mikhailuk. He's covered by Thompson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
No good on the free throw. Houston making some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Şengün. And it's Jae'Sean Tate in for Kevin Durant. He hits the 2nd from the line. .153 left to play in the 3rd. There's the screen. Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to Chandler. Here's Sensabaugh. To end the cold streak. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a 3, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
And it's Capella missing.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Chandler scanning the floor. Conchar on the wing. Capella covering. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson. Thompson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Conchar on the wing. Capella covering. Chandler the pass to Conchar. Out to the wing. Pass to Sensabaugh. Down low. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Thompson outside. Capella sends a screen for Thompson. It's picked off. And here's the fast break. Here's Mikhailuk. Tate covering. Stolen by Thompson. Over to the left wing. Eason gets a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Rockets on top, just dominating this one. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Utah, they've got Chandler, and it's Mikhailuk in at the 3 slot. Sensabaugh trains the 3-pointer. Sensabaugh's got 10 points in just the second half.
You can see the confidence building now that he's found his mark from 3 in this second half. The defense is going to have to do a better job.
Here's Eason. Screen by Şengün. Eason passes to Şengün. Up and in on the layup.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Holiday against Chandler. Pass to Sensabaugh. Six on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And here is Şengün. Conchar covering. Houston moving the ball around. Tate with the ball. Şengün with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. To the middle. Here's Conchar. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Şengün with the screen for Holiday. Pass to Tate. And it's Capella missing.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Chandler. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. In the corner, it's Eason. Back to Holiday. Now, here's Tate. Conchar covering. Here's Şengün. Chandler with the steal. Pass to Sensabaugh. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Back to Chandler. Over Holiday. Chandler's shot, good. Chandler's got his first basket of the night. Rockets leading by 22. The kick out to Holiday. Conchar pulls it in. Jazz have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Chandler outside. Conchar on the wing, guarded by Holiday. Conchar, good. Conchar's got 4 this quarter.
Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And the Rockets making a change here. Durant's checked in. Kyle Filipowski's checked in for the Jazz. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Pass to Şengün. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
Well, 3 triples in the first half, but he seems to have gone cold from distance since the break.
Here's Sensible. Stolen by Durant. Trying to end the drought. And KD throws it down.
And you look at Durant using that long stride to stay out ahead on the break.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Chandler finds Conchar. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Now here's Durant. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Aaron Holiday. Utah also making some changes. Love's checked in for Conchar. Bailey comes in for Chandler. And it's Williams in for Mikhailuk. And the Rockets with possession here. Screen by Şengün. Taken away by Williams. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Bailey with a wide open look. It's rebounded by Şengün. Rockets leading by 20. Here's KD. Out to Thompson. 6 to shoot. And he jams it right over Kevin Love. Wow.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Houston. Shepard comes in for Jari Eason. That free throw good from Thompson. Jazz have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Love outside. Pass to Williams. Nice ball movement by Utah. Shot clock at 5. Here's Sensible. Kicks it out to Love. Off target with his 3.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Smith sets the pick for Thompson. Outside for KD. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
And it's Bailey in the corner. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later.
The Rockets have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Thompson outside. Now Shepard. Back to Durant. Rebound, Utah. It's taken away by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. And then Durant with the dunk.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
So it's Utah now, following the score by Houston. Pass to Bailey. Love outside. Just 5 to shoot. To halt the run. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Smith sets the pick for Shepard. Takes it inside. And it's Smith missing.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Outside Williams. Pass to Filipowski. Now Bailey. Off target from outside. Shepard with the ball. Smith outside. Here's Shepard. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Sensabaugh. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Sensabaugh's got 14 points here in the second half.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Now Shepard. Screen by Şengün. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Filipowski.
You watch Şengün, he has all the moves on the interior.
Şengün taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Houston with a big group substitution here. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jabari Smith. Jay Shante comes in for Kevin Durant. Tari Eason's checked in for Thompson. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Shepard. Şengün hits them both. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Bailey. Now here's Love. Eason with it. Here's Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Here's Eason. And a miss there on the triple. Jazz have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. And stolen by Şengün. Outside Holiday. Pass to Tate. It's stolen. Here's Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. Tate covering. Back to Filipowski. Here's Holiday. Pass to Tate. Şengün with the screen for Tate. In the corner, Finney Smith with it. 5 to shoot.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Outside Holiday hits the three-point bomb.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Jazz passing it around. Pass to Williams. Love with the screen on Eason. Here's Williams. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Houston's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Rockets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And on the season, this is going to be their 3rd win in 4 games against this team.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kevin Durant.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Now, here's Tate. Lets a floater go, and the layup good by Şengün.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Here's Sensabaugh. The Rockets making the shot. It's a pick by Love. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Here's the ball. On the floor for your Rockets. Number 30, Capella.
So we see Houston taking the W here, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And now, our player of the game, Kevin Durant.
say does that start?
There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
So here are the Jazz starting five. We've got Bailey, Kevin Love out there with Filipowski. Then it's Williams, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 1.
Man, that's where Şengün does the majority of his scoring. I mean, he's a problem down low.
Here's Williams, following the score by Houston. Pass to Sensabaugh. 4 on the clock. Here's Filipowski. The shot off that time. Good D by Şengün. Here's Shepard. Houston working the ball around. Now here's Thompson. Williams defending. Outside Durant. And here's Shepard for 3. The rebound by Filipowski. On offense, here's Utah. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was in Houston.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Down low. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Punishing the rim right there. Şengün.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Here's Sensabaugh. Coming off a 28-point game against Denver.
And I love what he's been able to do on the glass, securing some extra possessions for his team.
The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Shepard. Now here's Thompson. And he drives in. Some solid defense from Williams.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Now here's Williams. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Outside Durant. No good there with a step-back J.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Şengün. Love passes to Bailey. Pass to Williams. From behind the arc. It's hauled in by Houston. Left side Durant. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Love. Filipowski up top, defended by Şengün. Filipowski, the pass to Williams. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Williams. The floater. And it's good on the layup. Williams has got 5 now.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
Back to Durant. To win the drought. And that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2. Jazz leading by 3. Filipowski with it, and it's Şengün picking him up.
Rockets foul. Tucker. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Bailey, guarded by Durant. Williams a screen on Durant. And Bailey gets it to go.
Yeah, for this coaching staff, they want Bailey operating in the paint. I mean, he's got athleticism and touch.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
It always helps when your opponent turns the ball over that many times. I thought it was the deciding factor overall.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, you got to make them pay for it.
And this is how the West looks with just 3 games left until the playoffs begin. Taking a look at Houston, and they're sitting with the 5th seed in the conference currently. And of course the Jazz, well, record-wise, not even in the same conversation.
I think for Houston, their focus is shifting now to the playoffs. Now, they could wrap up a good seed, and of course it's a matter of playing their best basketball to close out this regular season.
Now here's Thompson. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Milwaukee. Pass to Shepherd. Just 5 on the clock. Thompson outside. To snap the cold streak. The Rockets with another miss. Utah leading by 5. Here's Bailey, guarded by Durant. And out of bounds, Houston will have it. Here are the best on the boards, the league's best rebounding teams. Number 1, Houston.
And I love how active they all are on the glass. When a shot goes up, this team takes a gang rebounding approach to tracking down their boards.
Houston has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Thompson outside. The 3 is up. That's good from Durant on the assist by Smith.
This demonstrates leadership. Durant knows his teammates look for him to score and score often.
Pass to Love. Here's Sensabaugh. Outside, Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Love. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Now here's Durant. He's coming off a 19-point game against Milwaukee.
And how about the passing? We've seen this from him. He's just absolutely shredding the D to pieces right now.
The ball's knocked loose. To the paint. Pass to Sensabaugh. Utah moving the ball around. Outside, Williams. There's a screen by Love. Shot clock at 6. Lets it fly. And another miss by Utah. The Rockets trail. Filipowski in the post. Working on Şengün. The shot by Filipowski, no good. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. Talking about Alperen Şengün for a moment. What are some things that stand out about him to you, RJ?
I would say his passing for sure. He's very Jokic-esque with some of the dimes that he drops. And we've seen him accept a bigger role on the scoring side also.
Clock at 2. Goes up on the wing. The Rockets with another miss. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Outside Love. Pass to Williams. Here's Bailey. And here's Filipowski. Defended by Şengün. The 3.
Rebounded by Bailey.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now, a little bit in his head.
Williams against Thompson. Outside, Williams. Pass to Love. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. And it's Houston's ball, trailing by 2. Now Şengün, covered by Love. Şengün passes to Smith. The kick to Durant. Can't tie it up. That one misses. The Jazz have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Bailey. There's the 3. The Jazz again can't hit. Now Thompson. No made baskets yet. And here's Şengün. Shoots over Bailey. And there's Şengün. That one's good. On the assist by Thompson.
Not going to miss that one very often. Great job.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. It's going with a whole new group out there. Then for Utah, Conchar, he's checked in for Love, and Mikhailuk subbed in for Williams. Utah with the ball. Here's Mikhailuk. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Here's Sensabaugh. It's good.
You know, that was an excellent play right there. Using his strength to power through contact.
And the Rockets have had success adding veteran leadership to their young roster, RJ.
And that's a great lesson in roster building. It's always beneficial to have adults in the room, experienced guys who can set positive examples for younger players.
Free throw, no good. And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, B. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
The Jazz have gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. Mikhailuk, the pass to Conchar. Spins.
2 minutes.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Now Filipowski. Conchar outside. Puts up a deep 3. That shot off the mark. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Rockets. Now Capella. And here's Easton. Houston working the ball around. Pass to Holiday. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Utah has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Now here's Filipowski, guarded by Capella.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Holiday with the ball. No points yet. Kenny Smith, a screen. Takes the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Rockets lead by 1.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Pass to Sensabaugh. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Sensabaugh's got his second bucket of the night.
very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Capella with it, working on Filipowski. Now here's Capella. Holiday surveying the floor. Stripped it away. Bailey, the pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Conchar. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
And that does it for the first quarter. Jazz out in front, leading by 4. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Jazz.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Filipowski out there with John Conchar. Then it's Sviatoslav Mikhailuk, and it's Chandler in at the 1. Now here's Holiday. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Outside Eason. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Chandler. Now Conchar. Here's Mikhailuk. He's covered by Tate. Again, Utah good for 2. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. Here's Chandler, and there's the drive. Here's Conchar. He buries it from 3. And now an 11-point Utah lead.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Pass to Tate. Second quarter play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Well, when you think about how the game has evolved in recent years, RJ, the role of the big man might have changed the most.
Who knew threes and assists would become a key stat for 7-footers? But I will say, size helps. You cannot teach tall.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second one. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Utah leading by 10. Here's Chandler. To the middle. Eason with a steal. Pass to Holiday. Now here's Şengün. Shot clock at 5. Filipowski comes with a double. And finished off by Tate.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And it's Utah with the ball. After the basket by Houston. Outside Holiday. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Şengün. Outside Tate. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Three-pointer Holiday. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Filipowski, the pass to Chandler. Here's Mikhailuk. Beyond the arc. Eason pulls it in. Rockets trail by 8. Outside Tate. Banked it in off the glass. Tate's got 5.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Durant, he's checked in for Houston. Amen Thompson comes in for Holiday. Utah making a switch here. And it's Utah with the ball. They've led by as many as 11. Love against Şengün. Pass to Sensabaugh. Clock at 6. Love, a screen on Durant. Outside Love to stop the drought. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Thompson passes to Eason. Thompson with a screen. Eason, good.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Jazz leading by 7. Outside, Williams. Eason with a steal. On the wing, Thompson. To the inside. Here's Durant. Durant, so effective inside.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Utah's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Kevin Love, 2 shots.
Throw drops for Love.
Just look at the achievements of Kevin Love, NBA champion, all-star selections, multiple all-NBA teams. He's in the middle of a Hall of Fame career.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Smith, he's checked in for Tate, and it's Shepard in for Eason. And a switch here also for Utah. Filipowski's checked in. And Love drops them both.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Pass to Durant. Şengün, a screen on Williams. Inside, Durant finds Şengün. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Şengün's got 8 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Here's Mikhailuk. Here's Sensabaugh. And here's Love, defended by Şengün. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Sensabaugh. The shot by Filipowski, no good. Rockets trail by 5. Takes it inside. Şengün, the open look. And the Rockets tack on 2 more.
There's a lot of confidence in Şengün's game. He doesn't hesitate. He gets after it.
Now here's Love. Love, the screen on Thompson. Back to Love. Fires the 3. Connects from downtown. Give him 8 points now.
Ooh, they've been on fire from deep this quarter. Their percentage has been rising and rising.
Down low. Here's Filipowski. Ooh, Durant with some nice D.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Pass to Şengün. Outside Durant. From downtown. Yes, sir! KD for 3.
The range KD possesses makes him a constant threat outside. The defense has to be all over him.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Bailey's checked in for Utah. All right, let's take a moment to look at the top rookie shot blockers in the second half of the season. Second, Ace Bailey.
I've liked the effort on the defensive end from him, wanting to be the anchor of this defense and helping his case with all these blocks.
Utah leading by 3. Outside, Williams. Here's Sensabaugh. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game. 6 on the shot clock. Utah with another miss. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Back to Smith. Houston working the ball around. Here's Shepard. Still no points. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Scoring really comes naturally for Şengün. He's been taking care of business tonight.
Utah has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. To the middle. Here's Sensabaugh. Nails the baby hook. Sensabaugh's got 6.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Pass to Şengün. To the paint. Shepard, that's good. Shepard's gotten his first basket of the night.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Williams against Thompson. Here's Sensabaugh. Back to Williams. Pass to Sensabaugh. And out of bounds. Houston will have it.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Making a change here. Capella's checked in.
Once again, fans, your launch crew.
Houston has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Durant surveying the D. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Utah has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Outside, Williams. Here's Sensabaugh. It's hauled in by Houston. When this game's over, they'll be off to Golden State as they take on the Warriors. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Thompson passes to Capella. Here's Bailey. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver. Pass to Sensabaugh. To the inside. 6 to shoot. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Thompson outside. Back to Smith. Here's Shepard. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Milwaukee.
And he didn't just create offense for himself now. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
Durant, no good. And Williams has got the ball here for the Utah Jazz. They've led by as many as 11. They're coming off that loss against Denver.
It's just so difficult to win when you waste as many chances at the line as they did.
Oh, that is well said. They're being handed free points and just couldn't convert.
Now here's Thompson. Yet to see a basket. And he drops it in from the low post.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Pass to Love. Here's Sensabaugh. 6 points for him. Back to Love. Outside, Williams. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Houston in the lead. To the paint. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Wow. Smith going for a slam. He wants everyone to know that he's arrived.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Sensabaugh. 1:02 left to play in the second quarter. Now Filipowski, guarded by Capella. Here's Sensabaugh. Love passes to Williams. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Here's Smith. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist in this one. Outside, Williams. 34 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Filipowski. Utah moving the ball around. Outside, Williams. Utah with another miss. Houston leading by 5. Here's Shepard for 3. And it's Capella with the jam.
Yeah, offensively, Capella's game is grabbing offensive boards. You have to put a body on him.
Here's Bailey. Shoots over Durant. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Houston closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
KD, you were so on top of it defensively. How have you been able to contain them?
They're so tough, but we're playing hard. You know, guys are getting beat, but we're helping each other out, and that's what we have to do if we want to win this game.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. Here measuring up the shot. Give it up for the participants.
Welcome to the studio for our halftime show. Both teams with some injuries. Neither team at full strength.
Yeah, the Rockets are not 100% right now. Well, when you don't have Van Fleet, it really hurts. His teammates tap into his energy with his play. I mean, when this guy gets hot, he's like a starter on any team. He's shown he could be a #1 scorer. It's a big loss.
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Rockets.
They're doing a nice job of getting their feet wet in the paint. I like the aggression, powering it up and sending it down.
Hey, if you can get the ball in close, why settle? Invite the defense to stop it.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Alperen Şengün getting it done today.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's Williams. Thompson is the off guard with KD at small forward. Inside, Smith and Şengün. And it's Shepard in at the point. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Outside Durant. Pass to Shepard. Lets it go from deep. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Shepard's got 5 points.
If you're looking for the game's next great shooter, keep an eye on Shepard. This kid is special.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity. And he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Back over to you, Brian.
The love for the game. Allie, appreciate the report. Now here's Thompson. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. Needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
Here's Filipowski. Inside. It's tipped. Here's Bailey. Sinks that one from the post. Bailey's got his second bucket on the night.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. We look at the last month's premier teams on the fast break. Number 1, the Jazz.
This team has been playing at a fast pace offensively, and it's worked out for them during this last month.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. Give him 8 points now. Williams looking around. From deep. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Shepard. Now Thompson. Here's Shepard. This one for 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Bailey's got 4 rebounds in the game. And here is Williams. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Sensabaugh's got 4 points now in the quarter. Durant pass to Thompson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Let's see some of the numbers here for Kyle Filipowski.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Outside, Williams. Now here's Filipowski, defended by Şengün. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You know, when you're trailing, you can't afford mistakes, and he's made a few of them tonight.
The Rockets lead by 4. Here's Shepard. He's got 5. To the left wing. For 3, Smith. And the three-pointer goes. Smith's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Pass to Love. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd. Thompson passes to Durant. Lets it fly. And again, it's Houston.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Jazz trail by 9. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. One of the stories here, Alperen Sengun getting it done today.
He's been on an absolute tear inside. They got to figure out a way to keep him out of the lane. I don't know.
Now Williams. He's got 5. Love finds Williams. Here's Sensabaugh. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Shepard. From the right block. And another basket for Houston. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Here's Bailey. After the basket by Houston. Sensabaugh. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Sensabaugh's got 12 points in the game. Thompson passes to Sengun. Here's Shepard. Pulls up on the wing. Good as the jump shot falls. Shepard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Bailey, guarded by Durant. And here is Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sensabaugh. Durant pulls it in.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Thompson against Williams. On the wing, Durant. He's got 10. To the middle. Here's Thompson. No good. Love with the defensive effort. Jazz trail by 11. Pass to Sensabaugh. Smith against Love. Here's Sensabaugh. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. Utah making a switch here. Mikhailuk's checked in.
In for Utah, number 10, Sviatoslav Mikhailuk.
Williams on the wing, guarded by Durant. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Filipowski. And here is Williams. From outside, off the mark.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
Here's Smith. And the layup is good off the glass. Smith's got 9.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
Down low. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Excellent movement on the play. The pass on time and on point.
Outside Durant. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Bailey. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on him in Thompson.
Yeah, versatile scorer and intimidating defender. Ace Bailey's confidence and length are why he went in the top 5.
Bailey at the line for one.
I'm with you.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And so Durant will bring it up for the Rockets. To the paint. Here's Şengün. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Durant's got his 4th assist with that last one. Here's Mykhailiuk. Pass to Filipowski. From 7 feet away. Again, Utah good for 2.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Here's Shepard. He's got 9. Outside Durant. Thompson, a screen on Williams. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
Mykhailiuk, pass to Bailey. Now here's Williams, guarded by Durant. Outside Love, launches it, knocks it down from distance. Love's got 11 points.
Lightning quick release from Love there.
Pass to Shepard. Utah grabs the miss. Here's Bailey. 7 points in the game. Outside, Williams. Left side, Love. Now here's Filipowski. Clock at 6. Here's Williams. Smith with the rebound. Houston leading by 7. Pass to Shepard. Now Şengün. Inside. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. 12 points for Durant.
So polished from the interior. Durant is terrific at utilizing his physical advantages down on the block.
And you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. He throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Thompson outside. Picked by Smith. Thompson passes to Smith. Now here's Filipowski, covered by Smith. And it's Love missing. Houston has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Shepard. Now Thompson. Back to Şengün.
2 minutes remaining in the 3rd. 2 minutes.
Shot from the low post is good. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead.
He's been meticulous on offense, and it's paid off with a flawless shooting percentage for him so far in this game.
Here's Shepard. Rebound, Utah. Filipowski's got rebound number 7 tonight. A minute and a half left to play in the 3rd. Love against Smith. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Outside Durant. Utah grabs the miss. 52 seconds left in the 3rd. Pass to Mykhailiuk. Outside Love. And here is Williams. Back to Love. Ooh, stolen by Smith. The kick to Durant. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Smith with a screen on Love. Back to Smith. Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
And look at Smith making the heads-up play. Rolling into open position right on cue.
Here's Mikhailuk. To get back on track. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Houston in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We'll be right back after this word. Performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So the Utah 5 right now. They've got John Conchar, and it's Mikhailuk in at the 3, the small forward. Capella, the pass to Tatum. Holiday with the ball. Pass to Capella. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. And the Rockets lead by 15.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
Chandler the pass to Conchar. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Şengün. Elbow shot on the way. Good D by Şengün.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And Tate gets it to go.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Chandler the pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Şengün. And the basket by Mikhailuk.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Tate. He's off on that one. Jazz trail by 14. Here's Chandler. Pass to Conchar. Here's Mikhailuk. Oh, deflected. Easton with a steal. And here's Holiday. Houston working the ball around. Here's Capella. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Capella's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Here's Conchar. Sweet little floater.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
To the middle. Here's Capella. Easton up top. Outside Holiday. Back to Easton. Shot clock at 6. Right side Holiday. From 18 feet away. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Holiday's got his first bucket of the night.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
On the wing, Conchar. Guarded by Capella. Here's Chandler. Conchar outside. There's the triple. Tate grabs the board. Houston leading by 16. Outside Holiday. Pass to Easton. Now here's Capella. Got a piece of it. Here's Şengün. Let's go with a 3. just outstanding. He hits again, and he's still a perfect 9 for 9.
The ever-evolving game of Şengün adding the three-point stroke. That makes him so much tougher to guard.
Chandler the pass to Conchar. They set a pick. Softly drops in the floater.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Making some changes. Durant, he's checked in for Clint Capella, and it's Amin Thompson in for Holiday. So Utah going with an almost entire new group here. And Houston has possession. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Outside Eason. Şengün, a screen on Williams. 6 on the shot clock. It's Tate on the wing. The three is up. Sinks it from distance. Tate's got 5 points in the quarter.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Williams against Eason to the inside. There's a screen by Love. To the wing on the left. Here's Sensabaugh. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Thompson, a screen on Love. Williams with it, and it's Şengün picking him up, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Şengün. Houston making some changes. Smith comes in for Tate, and it's Shepherd in for Eason. Jazz trail by 20. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Filipowski. Richard, when you look at career longevity for NBA players, has LeBron shifted what we thought was possible?
No doubt. It's made fans more critical of guys that are on the decline. But ultimately, guys start to decline around 32, 33 years old. That is normal.
Houston leading by 20. Here's Shepherd. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Yeah, Shepherd's so creative with the ball. He confuses the defenders.
Shepherd.
That one's off. Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account. Yeah, when I watch Reed Shepherd play, I'm sometimes reminded of John Stockton. The type of handle and the way he goes to the cup, quicker and more athletic than he appears. You know, I know that's big shoes to fill, but I just like the similarities and the intensity.
Now here's Williams. 5 to shoot from outside the arc. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 8 rebounds in the game. Pass to Thompson. Here's Shepherd. Outside Durant. Well, you want officials to get the calls right, but for video review, maybe institute a 2-minute time limit, you think?
Oh, I would love a good 2-minute time limit, but the worst thing to do would be to go to a 2-minute time limit and then have them not get it right. Then you wasted all that time for nothing.
And another miss by Utah. Houston leading by 21. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
This is why you get Smith the ball in that close area. If he works for that ground, he's skilled enough to execute in that area.
Now here's Filipowski. To the paint. Here's Bailey. On the money from 12 feet away.
He had a forgettable start to this game, but he's really starting to come alive now.
The Rockets have gotten 7 of 9 from the floor in this fourth. Left side Durant. For 3, Smith. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Durant's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Yeah, a prolific score from all 3 levels. Smith showing off here tonight.
Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Bailey. Thompson against Williams. To the middle. Here's Filipowski. And that one is hammered home.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Thompson scanning the floor. Back to Durant. Here's Shepard. Takes a 3. And Houston another 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
And Williams has got the ball here for the Jazz. Well, Richard, you would know something about this. Is the wing position the most important in the NBA right now?
I would say once we got to the point forward position of the Scottie Pippens, of the Penny Hardaways, it became the most important position in the NBA, and it still stands true.
Utah's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Love. Utah moving the ball around. And here's Filipowski, defended by Şengün. Williams from long range. Sends it home from 3-point land.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
The Rockets lead by 22. Now here's Durant. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Well, Durant's scoring instincts are just so strong. Even close defenders can't hold him back.
Here's Sensabaugh. Outside, Williams. Pass to Bailey. Shoots over Durant. Misses off the right iron.
I think the defender really affected that shot.
Down low. Here's Şengün. Oh, big finish! Wow!
Okay, I see you. And Şengün is piling up the points, looking totally confident and in control.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Pass to Bailey. 1:43 left in the game. Here's Sensabaugh. Now Filipowski, defended by Şengün. Filipowski to pass to Bailey. Off target from outside. Houston has gone 4 of 5 from beyond the arc here in the fourth.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Rockets.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And tonight, a fantastic effort to deliver their 48th win of the year.
And for the year, this will be the 3rd win in 4 games against this team. They really brought it tonight.
And we've come to expect these kinds of strong games for Alperen Şengün.
The work he put in on the glass helped shape this game, never taking a play off and closing out a number of possessions.
Smith passes to Şengün. Uses the glass on the layup.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Smith outside. Pass to Thompson. Back to Smith. From deep. Durant, no good. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
KD, you were able to clamp down defensively as the game wore on. What was the key there?
Well, we stayed patient. We contested the shots. They hit some tough ones early on. And I think in the pick and roll, we made a solid adjustment, and we turned that around. Coach made a great adjustment, and we was able to get rebounds and go.
The patience was so important. It paid off. Thanks, KD.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And now, time for our player of the game, Alperen Şengün.